For those of us like yourself who've been in Southern California quite some time, we do remember the Great Recession from, a little over 10 years ago, and the impact that had on housing prices for quite some time. What do you see as the impact on the pricing, given in this time period, given the COVID-19 situation? Both now and maybe even kind of what are you seeing for the next 12 months in terms of trends around housing pricing?
Here's why it's not the Great Recession. We look at today's housing versus the Great Recession housing, and we had a low inventory supply of homes. We have nearly 4 times as many homes on the market compared to 2020 during the Great Recession. Low demand today, low demand in the Great Recession. That's the only real common denominator. And that's why they think that we should be shaving prices. Showdown between low supply and low demand versus way too much supply versus low demand favoring buyers. So that is why they had a buyer's market. And the large down payments were a part of us putting together this housing market that we're presently in versus low, no down payments, easy qualified stuff. It's high qualification for loans. That's where we are in today's, and that's where we have been during this expansion. And Great Recession housing, anybody could get a loan. A couple dogs got loans, dead people got loans. So today's housing, plenty of nested equity versus limited equity in Great Recession. And today's housing, very few cash out refinances. Great Recession housing, flood of cash out refinances. Large percentage who own free and clear today versus subprime and pick a payment loans. That really limited the amount of people that invited people to overpay for things, and there wasn't as much cash in the system. And there was also fraudulent lending going on back there. The big giant subprime towers in Irvine that collapsed, and in Florida as well. Ground zero was Irvine, and it was also in Florida, and anybody could get a loan back then. So that is the difference of where we are today versus the Great Recession.